Okay, we're playing another $3 value vintage Sunday tournament hosted by the $3 value vintage Discord today. And we're trying a deck that I've played once before, but with some pretty big changes to it. We're going to try and use Channel, which is restricted in vintage, so also restricted in $30 value vintage. So we're going to cascade into it with cards like Violent Outburst and Shardless Agent, and then use Channel, which lets you pay life to add mana to cast a bunch of our colorless monsters. Ideally, two of them. So, like, in an ideal world, you can, like, go turn one, Elvish Spirit Guide, Simian Spirit Guide, Violent Outburst, Channel, all on turn one, possibly. And get 19, pay 19 life, get 19 mana. Cast a Triplicate Titan, which is a giant monster and does a lot of stuff. And then also a Desolation Twin, which gets the trigger because you cast it and puts two 10/10s into play. So in theory, and like not even that crazy, turn one and very likely turn two. It's actually like pretty reasonable at doing this. You can get, two monsters into play with your Channel, like potentially 29 power there. So pretty fun. Again, this is $30 value vintage. We'll go back to the other view in a second, but the idea is on Moxfield, your deck has to be $30 or less. Ours is. Yeah, that's the idea. A vintage restricted list, vintage legality. The rest of the deck kind of supports this strategy. So we've got Elvish Spirit Guide and Simian Spirit Guide to help cast mostly our two Cascade spells here very quickly. The only card that we have in the entire deck that costs less than 3 is the Channel. So every time you cast one of these Violent Outburst or Shardless Agents, it has to hit the Channel. If you have already cast your Channel and say you got countered or something, these will not do anything notably. But what they can do is they still combo with Laelia. So I'm not a big rules expert here. I don't fully understand it, but if you cascade with one of these cards, even if you don't have any, even if Channel's not in your deck, it'll just go through your deck, and Laelia will get huge because it'll count all of the revealed cards individually. That's a little secondary combo here. So if you, in our first game plan is to cast Channel, put in a bunch of stuff. Second game plan is to use these to power out a huge Laelia. And Laelia can also just help us set up like our normal combo. Like if you go like turn 2 Laelia off a Spirit Guide, that can set you up, trying to find a Violent Outburst or a Shardless Agent or something, because Laelia also lets you exile cards to play them. So that all, can kind of work together there. We've got Incubation and Incongruity. This is mainly for the Incubation side. So this costs technically more than 3, so you can't cascade into it. But it is a 1 mana spell, so let's still have an important 1 mana card in the deck. So for 1 green and blue hybrid, which is most of our mana on the side, that's one of the other big changes we made from the first version I played. And I do have a YouTube video of the first version from a month or so ago if you want to go find it. But one of the big changes was I fixed kind of the mana. The other changes were I moved Firespout to the main deck and I added Laelia to the deck instead of Howlpack Piper. I had Howlpack Piper in originally. That's like 4-mana green creature and lets you put your creatures into play. So like if you have Howlpack Piper, you can put these creatures into play. And that was pretty fun. We're going to try Laelia this time. Anyway, this can find all of our creatures. So it can find our monsters. It can find spirit guides to, if we play this on turn 1, it can have a spirit guide to try and set up a turn 2 combo. It can also find Shardless Agent, importantly. And then also it could, in theory, find, Laelia if that's what you want. The other side is important, too. So if you don't need to dig for a creature, you can just hold this as removal, because you can turn a creature, usually an opponent's one, into a 3/3 frog. So let's say, they've got, I don't know, not even sure what's off the top of my head, but they got some annoying creature in play. You can exile it and then make a 3/3. Firespout's good at clearing the board. There's a bunch of decks and value vintage that play a lot of small creatures, which can be annoying. Desolation Twin does not have evasion. You have two big 10/10s. Notably, all our other creatures do. This has flying. Steel Seraph has flying. And Steel Hellkite has flying. So the only one that doesn't have evasion is the Desolation Twin. That's on purpose. I think Desolation Twin is like powerful enough to make it, warrant consideration because it's just 20 power just by itself. That's pretty good. But like the evasion creatures are also good. Also, it's very cheap. Like one of the cheaper, monsters. So that's part of its inclusion. But Firespout can clear the way. I can remove all those little small creatures. So that's the idea. We're trying to put a big creature into play. Ideally, turn 1 or turn 2. You don't want to wait too long. You want to, use your spirit guides to do this very quickly. And then plan B is the Laelia combo with the, Violent Outburst and Shardless Agent there. That's about it for the main deck. The man is very simple. It's just trying to carry out that plan. I did try and make that have more untapped green-blue sources in the main deck, in the deck, so I could cast Incubation turn 1 more consistently. Sideboard, there's a bunch of different things you could play in here. We're kind of a little bit mana stuck, which is why our sideboard looks kind of smaller. Only got 11 cards here. We're at just under $30 if you looked at the other view that I showed previously. So we're going to hedge against Affinity. We got 4 Fluxes, so it's a good deck right now. Ravenous Trap for some of the graveyard stuff. And then 3 Fire and Ice and 1 Twinshot Sniper. Notably, Fire and Ice, you can play it for 2 mana. You can't cascade it with it because this counts as 4 mana for the cascade spells. Same thing with Twinshot. So this can let us play something on turn 2 or even turn 1 off the Spirit Guide that lets us interact with our opponent. And then bridge the gap till we can cast, a giant monster. All right. Anyway, please like and subscribe. That's all appreciated. Helps to grow the channel. Very much appreciated. And any ideas for the deck? Any other, monsters here you got ideas for? Or anything else? Let me know down below. Happy to hear thoughts on the list. Always fun. And I'll see you in round 1. Okay, here we go. I think we jam this. With the Laelia. I think. They are mulliganing hard. All right. So, do we want to... I think we just try and lean on the Laelia. Get this going. Can't play that. Mountain. Marauding Mako. Yeah, it's a problem. Ooh, we don't have a... Can't play that, unfortunately. Might just be dead to the Mako then. We can exile that next turn. Or we can try and find a fatty. This probably can't kill that. I think we gotta hold it, unfortunately. Bit awkward. Yep. 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 I assume they block this. Oh, I should have played a land because if they don't block this, we could win with the Violent Outburst. Okay, so if they don't block this, then we would have punted. All right, we punted, which is funny. All right, that was a whiff. One green, blue. So we can't exile the frog. Mm-hmm. Yep. I think we take that. We have to try and exile this one. Colorless. Firespout. Done. All right. We got the first game. I think on the draw, I'm going to try and play to remove their creatures and do our combo. I don't think the graveyard hate the traps are that good against them. Let's try that. We do nothing till turn 3. And we don't have like a fatty yet. I think that's a mo. That is better. Keep. We do need a land. We don't necessarily have blue, so we'll get rid of this one. Yeah. Here's our problem, though. That's going to get too big very soon. Yeah. Ah, shit. That was brutal. Okay. I think we're just dead. Channel? Just, I don't know, Channel or Cascader might do it. That will not do it. We are short. You know, that losing the Violent Outburst was brutal. Oh, well. Our Burning Inquiry took it. I think we can scoop now. Mm-hmm. Let's go this. 6, 10, 11. We were dead. Okay. I think the Firespouts aren't very good. Not that the Laelias are amazing in this matchup, but maybe slightly better. Let's try that. Ugh. Just don't think that's good enough. Opponent's deck's very fast. Keep. Crap. We did not hit a spaghetti monster. That was a whiff. Everything looks bad now. Okay. Maybe we draw a spaghetti monster next turn. Spaghetti monster, please. We don't even have a mountain. Yikes. I think we have to just go for it, annoyingly. We are in trouble. No other spaghetti monster I think has made this bad. I was really hoping that our incubation incongruity would get us something good there. I think we're just dead. We'll pump it once. See what they get for us here. Yep. We'll just hard cast this. And we'll see what they got for us. Mm-hmm. All right. Got a little lucky there to win that one, but I will take that. Good game. Okay, here we go. Round two. Yep, we'll keep that. Keep Chancellor of the Forge. So this is a could just be dead on turn 1 here. Not be able to get to turn 2 to do our thing, so we'll see. Okay. Yep. Mm-hmm. Colorless. Red. Green. So annoyingly, because they hit us for 1, we have to make a choice here. Would we want Triplicate Titan or Desolation Twin? I actually don't know which one's better. Triplicate Titan can't be blocked. We have 1 more life. Stupid Phyrexian Golem's gonna get us here. Phyrexian Goblin. Shit. This is why I have some of the lower mana cost creatures in the deck. So we can absorb some damage and still do stuff. I actually think the Triplicate Titan might be the right play. Because they got the chump blockers. Flying, Vigilance, Trample. I guess the Twin would pressure them more. So we could swing with 1, and then we could swing with 2, and they got to block it. Let's try that. This one's more fun. We are 1 mana short, annoyingly. We're 1 life short, I mean, of being able to do both. We're a mana short of doing that, too. I think we just pass? I am concerned. I think we just pass. I'm concerned. I think they're like an infect all-in kill deck, so we don't have a blocker. I'm concerned. I really want to draw a land. Really want to draw a land. Shivan Reef. Okay. That is not what I thought this deck was. I thought this was like a all-in combo-y thing. Now I'm confused. I want my Triplicate Titan back. Land, 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 land. Alright. Well, now they've got 3 creatures. I think we just have to attack. If they can do something silly, they can just do it. I think we probably just die here, because we didn't draw a land. And they pinged us for 1 at the beginning there. But I thought this was like an infect deck, but it doesn't look like an infect deck, so now I'm confused. Wave Sifter evoked. I'm just gonna F6, see what the heck they're doing here. Okay. I'm once again asking for a mana source. Alright. Green, red, colorless. Done. Alright. I'm super confused now, though. Not what I thought it was at all. Look, an elementals deck. What is this for, though? I thought this usually means like you need a creature on the board. You're gonna do silly things with it. I don't know what we're playing against. I will be looking at this deck list afterwards, because I am curious now, but I don't know what we're playing against. I think we need some of this, like, early interaction. The Laelias look bad, especially on the draw. Yeah, they're gonna... Depends. If they got, like, sideboard tech, they actually can be good. Just take out... Maybe... I don't know exactly what I'm doing here. I like this one. That can get either Shardless... I can get a lot of stuff that's useful. Let's try this. Let's see what happens. I mean, we keep this. Turn 2 goodies, but that might not be good enough. We'll see. Our best draw here. Oh, we don't have any blue mana. I did not clock that we don't have any blue mana. That's a mistake. Alright, we got red mana. We have fire up in case they do something silly. Mm-hmm. Oh, they got a counter? Daze, maybe? Are we getting dazed here? We're gonna go for it. I mean, they got dazed, we got dazed. Let's try Steel Hellkite. Desolation Twin. Alright, let's see what they got for us. We got monsters. Yep. This is the one that makes treasures. Clues. Yep. Fire. One. I'm just gonna do this just in case they got something. Alright. We got there. Good game. Okay, here we go. It's not an amazing hand, but I think it is good enough to keep. Hatchery. Interesting. They got a Bloodghast. Interesting. Alright, let's see what they do on their turn. Stitcher Supplier. Hogak. Smallpox. Smallpox is scary. We had to get rid of the creatures because they're gonna smack us for 8. That goes to 11. I think our only out is like drawing a Triplicate Titan or maybe the Eldrazi guy. But it's getting bad here. 10, 9. I think we have no outs now. I think we're just dead. Because even if we draw exactly... Yeah, I think we just have no outs at this point. Yeah. Alright, we tried our best. That was just a little too fast for us. We had the wrong creature sweep there. This looks like a tough matchup. Laelias do not look very good. Try that. Trap is not the best here, but it's something. Two spaghetti monster-y things, but no... But no Cascader. I think that's too risky. Jeez. I mean, I'll keep it, but I don't love it. Alright, that's bad for us. They get our thingy. So we need to find a Violent Outburst. I'm gonna play this because we need to get blue mana. Mm-hmm. 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 Alright, we have to get lucky here. We got, what, 8 cards that are good? That is not one of them. Jeez. We can hard cast one of these with a Spirit Guide draw too, which is interesting, but probably not good enough. Yeah. Jeez. This is bad. They got Hogak too? They were down there. We died here. Alright. Good games. Alright. Here we go. This is a tough one. Like the steel it's It's an interesting hand. If we draw any mana, it becomes good. Okay, any mana that's not a mountain, that's good. I think it is good enough. It's iffy, though. Just this deck doesn't mulligan the best. Alright. Play this one, and we get a green mana at the end of their turn. They have a mountain in their hand. I feel like we're running into a counter here. I think I just want to play Laelia. Don't really want to get hit by a counter. Alright, we lost our Steel Hellkite. I could have used that. We got rhinos coming down at the end of turn? No. Okay. Fury. Pitching fire and ice. Okay. Green. Shardless Agent. Really want to draw a spaghetti monster here. Firespout is not quite big enough. I think it's good enough. Cast. This can kill the rhinos, but they get attack first. We gotta. This is not ideal, but gotta do what you gotta do. There's a lot of cards that if we block here will kill this. So I think we're just going to take this and try and to play around Fury and Fire and Ice and stuff. No! Oh, yeah. Wait, no, it's 0. I think we lose to instant speed rhinos here. We do lose to instant speed rhinos, but you know, so be it. All right, let's see if they got instant speed rhinos. They have instant speed rhinos and we die. Okay. Well, oh well. Oh, don't yield, 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 don't yield. Oh, only once a turn? Activate only once each turn. Do we screw this up? Activate only once each turn. Alright, we died. Interesting. We had to do it though. I don't think there's any way of playing around that. I think we just run it back. Ugh. I don't know. Yeah, I should just jam the I feel like I screwed this up. I have to check that one again. That doesn't do anything. I mean, that's not good enough, right? Looks like we're just mulling into oblivion here. Keep 2 cards on the bottom. 1. At 6, this is incredible. On 5, we have to make a very difficult choice here. Is it the triplicate? All right. That was a close call. I'm actually also not sure what the correct one to put back there was. We really want to draw another spaghetti monster here. And they could just have like a 1-mana counter spell, like a, I don't know, something or whatever. I want my spaghetti monster back. Oh, they got a counter for it? We're just dead anyway then. Okay. Oh well. Not in the cards today. I should have cycled already. I don't know. In my head, we're already dead because we probably are. But we could have cycled this already and tried to find a Laelia. Sure. We are super duper dead, but we will play it out. Not much more to go. We'll take one more draw step. We are literally dead if we don't. I think that just kills us. Alright. I'm just going to concede. Okay, so tournament was a lot of fun. We went 2-0 into 2-2, which is always a little annoying. You know, the highs and the lows, you know, all there, but still a lot of fun. If you are around on Sundays, this is a free tournament hosted by the Value Vintage Discord at 5 p.m. London, UK time. So whatever time that is for you on Sundays. Free tournament. You just have to sign up and register a deck, and then you play. It's a haul on Magic Online, hosted by the Value Vintage Discord. So we got 13 this time. The last couple of times I think we got closer to 20. So I think normal would be a little closer to 20. That's probably on the lower end. So usually 4 rounds. Sometimes we've had 3 rounds before though, but I think 4 rounds is usually what you're signing up for. So upwards of 2 hours, hour and a half, 2 hours, that kind of thing, depending on how well you do. Obviously, things don't go great, you can 0-2 drop like you see a couple people did, which is fun. Yes, that's a lot of fun. I recommend giving it a try if you want. If you're obviously watching a Value Vintage video, they probably release some some desire. I might do a video on how to get into Magic Online Value Vintage at some point. There are some like very respectable decks you can get for like $5. Some cards on Magic Online are quite a bit cheaper than on in real life. Now, to be fair, some are actually like quite a lot more expensive. Like Caves of Chaos Adventure is randomly a bunch of tickets, which is like $1 on Magic Online. I don't know why. But there are, quite a few decks, if you're not too choosy, that are, as low as like 2 ticks, but still like reasonably competitive on Magic Online, which is pretty cool. Anyway, back to our result here. We went 2-2, which was good. I think we had a similar result when I played this deck the last time. I think it was either 2-2 or 2-1 or something like that. It wasn't in a tournament. I just played like a bunch of practice games online. But the deck's like okay. It has some clear weaknesses. This is obviously not as good as Channel Mirror. Channel Mirror is bugged on Magic Online. You can't actually play right now because Lich's Mirror will just kill you. If you're interested in Channel Mirror, that's like one of the better decks in Value Vintage, which is a similar idea to this, but all this other stuff's going to be different. If you cascade in the channel, then you use Lich's Mirror to get a bunch of mana and draw cards and stuff. That's a really cool deck, but it's bugged on Magic Online, so you can't play it. So I think this is, fine. Like I don't think it's the greatest thing in the world, but like I think it's close to like, a reasonable choice. It probably is like a reasonable choice depending on the meta. It's got an issue with burn, obviously, because you want to spend a bunch of life to like cast your spells. So if you go up against a burn deck, which is not, which is, somewhat popular in the format, that can be tough. As long as you can dodge burn, like it's got, the speed and power to be just pretty reasonable. I don't know. Got any ideas for, changing it up? Let me know. Got any other questions? Let me know down below. Happy to talk to people and, curious if anyone's got any thoughts on anything really, post it down below. And yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching and see you next time.